Life.Church in Stillwater is special to many people for a lot of different reasons. College pastor David Wright is a big reason why students continue to show up and the ministry is thriving. David cares for the people around him so well and wants to make sure that everyone knows that they are an important part of the church.
Most part of my life, I grew up in church. My parents were saved when I was at a young age, and so growing up, probably in elementary, middle school, like we bounced around to some different churches. Eventually, we settled in a church, probably when I was around 9 or 10, and it was at that place that I started to grow in my faith. Was surrounded by some really, really great people, and we really just became a part of that church community. Like we put down some roots there.
David grew up in the church, but just like everyone else, he has a story.
Working with David is incredible, honestly. It's just so fun to see his passion for what he gets to do, and the way that he just takes ideas and innovates and creates and just runs with things that nobody else has tried before. He's just created a really incredible space here for college students to come just as they are and get to learn about Jesus and implement things in their lives that they get to take far beyond the walls of OSU.
What I believed, even though God knew who he made me to be, I didn't fully understand it. I encountered his presence, and it was in that moment that my life turned around. I knew that he wanted a relationship with me, not just through my parents. Church wasn't just something that we did. God was a personal God who wanted a relationship with me. And it was at that point that I started to wonder, what could vocational ministry look like? Like I felt that initial tug to be a pastor, and I had so little understanding of what that looked like, mainly just the pastors in front of me. In my life at that point. So I ended up applying to Life.Church on a whim, never thought it was going to be a possibility, and then we interviewed and got hired. But I could go on and on and on about college students who came to OSU thinking, I'm going to get my degree, and similar to me in high school, God starts pulling at their heart and going, hey, why don't you step into ministry? Why don't you help me build my church? And I could tell you probably about a dozen college students in that spot where came to OSU thinking I'm going to get my degree, and left Stillwater as pastors, either on the Life.Church team or other churches. And that is so special to me, just to see how Jesus is the author of every one of our stories. I never thought in a million years that we would end up in Stillwater, Oklahoma, leading the movement that's called Late Night. I didn't even know it existed. But here we are as we've gone like this. And I love seeing God write those stories in college students' lives.